amazing history. The Cavs last year with LeBron lost 21 games all year. The Miami Heat lost their 21st game last week. I think that's pretty cool. So we were watching, down there we're watching the Lakers game with Cleveland. Kobe Bryant takes a deep three-pointer, swishes right through. Adele looks over, she goes, man, his balls don't even hit the rim.
I did say that.
And I said, well, I never noticed that before. All right, next basketball game we'll watch, think about that. When we moved to the harbor, we had a couple of lesbians living next door.
Oh, God.
And they bought me a Rolex for Christmas. They didn't understand it when I told them I want to watch.
All right.
My daughter Jenna was sitting down here in the front row. She had 3 roommates before. One of them was her name was Tracy, and she was rather blonde. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But one morning she had to spend the night at our house, and they came down that morning, and she was sitting at the kitchen table staring at the orange juice. I said, "What are you doing?" She goes, "Well, it said concentrate." I knew we shouldn't have told that joke. But when Tracy moved out, Jenna and her other roommate had to get a new apartment. So we were sitting in the family room talking about her new apartment, and Adele was washing the dishes. And I said, well, how are you going to furnish the new apartment? She goes, well, I'm going to buy the TV, and Alicia's going to buy the sectional. And Adele yells from the sink, Alicia's bisexual? Can't be. Anyway, last story, poor Tracy took her car out to Great Lakes for service. The car wasn't running right, and she walked in about 2 hours later, said to the mechanic, find out what's wrong? He said, yeah, crap in the carburetor. She goes, well, how often do I have to do that?
Poor Alicia.
I got it all on tape for you, Tracy.
This dairy farmer is driving down the highway, sees a sign on the side of the road that says dairy cow for sale. He pulls in, takes a look. He's in Minnesota, and he walks over and he says, where's the cow? The farmer says, right over here. He says, man, that is a beautiful dairy cow. Can I try it out? He says, sure. So he reaches down, pulls on the cow's tit, the cow farts. He reaches down and pulls on the cow's tit, the cow farts. He said, what's with that? He said, listen, it's a great dairy cow. That happens once in a while. You take the cow, money back guarantee. If you don't like her, bring her back. He says, great. So he buys the cow, takes her back to his farm over in Wisconsin. And his neighbor comes over and goes, hey, I got a new cow. I bought a cow yesterday. He says, really? He says, where is it? She's right over here. He says, man, that is a beautiful dairy cow. Could I try her out? He says, sure. So he walks over and pulls on the tit. The cow farts. He says, you got that cow in Minnesota, didn't you? He says, yeah, how'd you know? He said, my wife's from Minnesota. She does the same thing.